Dear leaders of the world, we need change. We need change like the caterpillar needs the cocoon. We need change and we need it soon. I agree. It's time to hit the reset button on society. But I must address that the changes you're making are not the best. People are growing restless. Now, I could talk about fake news or racial issues, but I really have to ask the question, are we out of our minds? How did so many of us become so blind? In school, I was taught that we have a democracy. But does anyone else feel like we're living in an idiocracy? I look around and it looks like we've let clowns wear the crown. Maybe that's because they've been dumbing us down. There's the promise of education. Listen and learn and you'll climb high in life. But the promise is a lie, because school is where curiosity and creativity goes to die. School destroys them with weapons of mass instruction. We drop fact bombs on young brains, giving them PSTD, post-school trauma disorder. And then we give them the stamp of approval once they reach the end of the assembly line. Hello, 2021 called, and it's time school gets an upgrade. We are preparing people for the wrong decade. Did I say decade? I meant the wrong century. We better start understanding the meaning of the 21st if we want to ensure our future. For the sake of the next generation, school needs better measures. I have a dream that every child's dream will one day be nurtured. We might be lost right now, but the Alchemist can help us discover our treasure. It's time that we start listening to the song that our hearts sing. And when everyone finds the elements, our passions will change everything. Now let me ask the adults of the world this. How many times have you wished that instead of being taught what a hypotenuse is, you'd learn how to do your taxes? You see, school says it prepares you for life, but it fails to teach you the rules of the game. Instead, it'll make you feel shame for wanting to be a king instead of a pawn, and you'll shift the blame, instead of learning from the richest man in Babylon. Or maybe we should look to Venus and consider the best that money can't buy. Now, I know you might say that reaching the pinnacle of society would be a thing of miracles. But dear leaders of the world, if we start with why, we can inspire a world less cynical. We need change, but the change we need won't come unless we have good ethics and good principles. In man's search for meaning, we've come from the jungles and we've gone to the moon, and we can go farther to Mars and to worlds like Dune. We have a good foundation. We just need a little more science and sanity. Then maybe we'll experience the manhood of humanity. And if we don't want to fail, we need to think like the rational male. It's time we unveil the demon-haunted world and light a candle in the dark for all the boys and girls, before we all become subject to neglect, before we all become victims of the Lucifer effect. If I were the devil, I would make great effort to infect sex and culture. I would seduce you with a story of many dimensions, but no, it wouldn't be a romance. I would use fear to make you lose all sense of direction, and you live in a trance, forever lost in flatland. But in the palm of our hands, we have more knowledge and wisdom than any emperor ever had. And through meditations, we can ignite the inner lights that will dispel the deceptions. And we can arm the mind to combat devilish intentions. But we will not fight with swords or guns. The battlefield is not where the war will be won. If we want to resolve the heart of conflict, we must first win the war in each of our own hearts. Only then will we see the anatomy of peace become prevalent on this pale blue dots we live on. And once the seeds have been planted that will heal our souls, hopefully then we can grow to become citizens of the cosmos. Dear leaders of the world, we need change. I believe that's plain to see, and I believe the solutions are within our reach. Don't you agree? If you look in these books, there's some hope for humanity. We just need to dare to challenge the status quo. No more trying to fit squares into round holes. We must not be afraid to think differently. Now, dear leaders of the world, we need to take responsibility. Oh, did you think I was talking to the heads of states? No, I wasn't talking to any dictators or any traitors. Nor was I talking to any representative of red or blue. I was speaking to the people who are like me and you.